My name is James Rowlands, and I am a lifelong wrestling fan. In 2015, I started a podcast with my friend, Dan White, reviewing the WWE Network and seeing if it's worth the $9.99 a month. It was. And since then, every month we watch the latest WWE pay-per-views, NXT, and now 205 Live. Still continuing our journey through the network, watching ECW, WCW, and all its classic content. Until we've watched it all, we are with you, and we are the WNR.
32 women from 13 different countries with unique styles and journeys, all with one common goal: to become the winner of the first ever Mae Young Classic.
Yes, hello, I am James Rowlands, and as always I'm joined by
Dan White.
And it is a big episode today because it is the WNR120, episode 120, and it's the start of the Mae Young Classic. Now, before we start off anything, we're going to give you a timestamp, and we're going to let you know when we first did our picks for the Mae Young tournament. It's the 15th of July 2017, but we're not going to release this for another month. This is what's going to come out on top of when we do the Mae Young Classic, the bracketology. We will put this on there because this is very important. We didn't want to cheat. We don't look at spoilers or anything like this. We want to start off what we do for the prediction league or bonus league. Now this comes into play. Now, people listening to us this year will know that we've done a prediction league, the pay-per-view predictions. We've done NXT, but we've not mentioned bonus points a lot. And Dan, this is your bread and butter now, isn't it? You know,
I am the greatest when it comes to tournaments. Yeah. Not gonna be biased, but you know I am.
So this is what we're going to do. In this very special clip, or a very special bit, we are going to pick our Mae Young Classic entrance, or our picks. We've got the list of 32 now. We're going to do it right now. We don't know anything what could happen. All our picks could get knocked out horribly in the last round. But Dan, last year you had 3 guys, your picks, in the semi-finals of the CWC. But I mean, we're going to see what happens here. So here we go. These are the details. So the WWE formally announced the 32 women field for the Mae Young Classic, which will air on the WWE Network beginning August 28th. And like we say, the night after SummerSlam were bracketology. So they showcase each one of the competitors in the Parade of Champions at Full Sail University. And we've got the full list. Dan, do you want to just read through the whole list of who we got, and then we'll say our pick?
We have got Shayna Baszler, Marty Bell, Kiari Sane, Mercedes Martinez, Nicole Savoy, Toni Storm, Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, Sage Beckett, Princesca Sergey, Bianca Belair, Tessa Blanchard, Serena Deeb, Vanessa Bourne, Tainara Conti, Kavita Devi, Lacey Evans, Rachel Evers, Jazzy Gabbert, Santana Garrett, Reina Gonzalez, Dakota Kai, Abby Leif, Zia Lee, Sarah Logan, Renee Michelle, Piper Niven, Kaylee Ray, Aisha Raymond, Ray Ripley, Miranda Salinas, and Zeta.
So we've got the full lineup. So what we're going to do here is you've picked 3 now, Dan, haven't you?
Yes, I have picked my tree.
Right, I have picked my 3. Now, before we get onto our picks, I've just done a basic point system, Dan. We've got, so 1 point who gets the furthest, Dan. 1 point for knocking each other out. So if we face each other 3 times, we could conceivably be 3 points richer from that. And then also 1 point each for the quarterfinal, 1 point for the semi-final, 1 point for the final. And then finally,
if you win it, you get 2 points.
2 points. So you could, well, if you pick the winner now, you're guaranteed. If you pick the winner, you're guaranteed 5 points. If you get to the final, you're guaranteed 4 points. So if you pick 1 out of 32, what's interesting is that my dad, just out of causality and shit like this, probability, I've got to pick 3 people as well. So I'm not going to mention them when we do the tournament, but at the end of it, if he's 3, and I'll just say, okay, so it's bullshit then. We don't actually know anything. Anybody can do it. This is what I'm going to prove wrong. This is what I'm going to prove. So when Gibbo did the predictions, it's proving that not everybody can do what we do.
What I can do.
What you can do because you're brilliant, Melissa. This is the only reason I got more points. I thought, how could Dan get the pay-per-view points?
Well, if we had a tournament prediction league, I'd be right at the top. It'd be like,
well, the bonus points, I think I'm 4-3 up at the moment. But I mean, this is the kind of shit you go with. Who wants to go first, Dan? Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
We're going to go one for one.
Yeah.
I'll go first because you already know my first pick. And that is the wife of Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae.
Oh.
Unless Tommaso Ciampa's wife is in there and beats her up. Which I highly doubt that.
I didn't.
Hey ho.
How many of these do you know a little bit about?
Nothing. I only saw Candice LeRae on Twitter.
So that's how you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my first pick is going to be Shania Baszler, the top one on that list there. She's going to be my first pick. Why, you ask? Well, you didn't. Do you want to know? No, if you want to know or not. I mean,
I don't care.
Don't say you care.
I care. I wholeheartedly care.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I want. Reason is, she was part of 4 horsewomen of Ronda Rousey. So, I'm just saying, they might try and build her up if they want to get Rousey on board. You know what I mean? Anyway, Dan, second pick.
Francesca Sergei.
Oh, I thought about that. Alright, sorry. Yeah, right. Why Princess Sugar Tits?
Because I like her name. That's all I know about her. I don't know fuck all else about
Yes,
her.
you do. We talked about her extensively when she signed on to be a part of it, Dan. You in disguise all this time.
Well, whatever we spoke about her before, that's why.
My number 2, Tessa Blanchard.
Why is that then, James?
Well, for me, it's the surname, isn't it? Blanchard. She has been in NXT before. Maybe she'll get a chance to go forward. Tully Blanchard's daughter. We shall see. Teaming up with Charlotte Flair at some point. That'd be good. Anyway, Dan, your third and final pick, please. And why Vanessa Bourne?
Because she was on NXT.
Oh, she won the match, didn't she, to qualify for the Mae Young Classic. So you've already seen her. So you're going for a little bit there, aren't you, eh? Well, Dan, everybody knows last year we had an Iceland third pick, but we're not really going to do that this time round because you haven't got a favourite, have we, you know? No, so I think the 3 just going to match up. But I have done a ho-ho lun, and I'm going Zia Lee for my third pick.
Who I crossed out to put Vanessa Bourne in?
Who, Zia Lee?
Zia Lee.
She might have been a winner.
She's getting nowhere. That's why I crossed.
Zia Lee is my third and final pick.
It was either her or Mia Yim because
they're
Asian.
Honestly, that's why I did my ho-ho lun pick. I thought, and it was Akira Tozawa who turned out to be the star, not ho-ho lun. So maybe, I hope I don't get it wrong. But we can confirm, there's our third pick. So anyway, Dan, are you happy with that?
As happy as I can be.
Yeah, so let's just run through the picks again. So Dan, you have gone Candice LeRae, Princess Sugar Hit, and Vanessa Bourne. I have gone for Shania Baszler, Tessa Blanchard, and Zia Lee. Second page misses out completely. And then, like we say, it all kicks off August 28th. We'll be having special episodes just dedicated to the Mae Young Classic. We'll have the first round probably in 2 parts, second round, and of course the quarterfinals, then the semis and the finals. We'll do it all along. We'll have the playlists up, of course, on YouTube and SoundCloud. Dan, anything else? Anything else about Mae Young?
God rest her old soul. Hello to Dan and James a month in the future.
Hello, James and Dan a month in the future. That's going to freak me out. Okay, so we just heard the clip there. So Dan, my picks are Shania Baszler, Zia Lee, and Tessa Blanchard.
My picks are Princesca Sugar, Candice LeRae, and Vanessa Bourne.
So, we'll get on to that in a second. August 20th was the bracketology programme, where Corey Graves and Lita offered an in-depth analysis of the 32 women involved, plus they had Triple H as a guest. Now, the thoughts on that, they always do it well. They explained it. We're going to go into more details on each wrestlers during the match. But first off, we're going to explain to everybody when they're up on the WWE Network and when we're doing. Don't know our schedule.
The first round is August the 28th. That's going on the WWE when it goes on the WWE Network. The second round is on September the 4th. That is the second round quarterfinals and semi-finals. And the live final is September the 12th on the WWE Network.
Isn't that a bit weird that they're giving the second round, quarterfinal, and semi-finals all on the same day? Do you know what I mean? They're not doing the semi-final and final like they did on the CWC tournament.
Yeah.
They're just doing the final. But what are the WNR going to be doing over this coming?
Well, the WNR120, that is P1.
Part 1.
Oh, Part 1, Sunday, September the 3rd. Wednesday the 6th is going to be Part 2. That's finishing off the first round. Saturday the 9th, WNR 121 is going to be the last 16. And number 121, Part 2 is on Sunday the 10th. And a podcast extra on Wednesday the 13th is going to be semi-final and the final.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of Mae Young coming up, but it's all going to be good. We've got the schedule now. Before we get onto our picks, we should say... Interesting, we are going to have W's first full-time female referee.
Yes, her name is Jessica Carr. And the Mae Young Classic starts next Monday, and that means a lot more attention will be given to the women's division. In addition to the tournament, there's also a fairly big moment that hasn't been done in WWE in decades. One of the big changes to WWE is signing of a full-time wrestler. One of the big changes to WWE is the signing of a full-time referee named Jessica Carr. The former wrestler will be making a refereeing debut at the Mae Young Classic, and WWE has released a video interview with Carr on their YouTube channel where she talks about her pathings for her to be involved in the WWE.
Yeah, so what do you think of a female referee? Do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah, I think it is equal opportunities and all that. I don't think she'll be getting paid as much as the male referees, but
if she's a success on the tournament and maybe going forward she could referee, the male matches as well, and it would just be a normal thing. Possibly.
Maybe.
We don't know. Anyway, Lita and, like we said, Lita and Beth Phoenix will be doing the commentary. Jim Ross as well, so it'll be a good commentary team. But let's get on to the nitty-gritty because we are going to talk about the brackets have been released. We're going to talk about each match and then if our picks are involved or not. So we start...
My name is Dakota Kai, and I am from Auckland, New Zealand.
My name is Lacey Evans, and I'm from Paris Island, South Carolina.
My name is Abby Lath, and I'm from Seattle, Washington.
मेरा नाम कविता देवी है और मैं इंडिया में हरियाणा से बिलोंग करती हूँ.
My name is Sage Beckett, and I am from Tampa, Florida.
My name is Bianca Belair, and I am from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Hi, I am Zeta, and I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
My name is Shayna, the Queen of Spades Baszler. I am originally from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I live and train in Los Angeles now.
My name is Aisha Raymond. I'm from London, England.
My name is Tony Storm, and I'm from Australia, currently living in Liverpool, United Kingdom.
My name is Rachel Evers, and I am from St. Paul, Minnesota.
My name is Sarah Logan, and I'm from Hazard, Kentucky.
My name is Jazzy Goddard, and I'm from Berlin, Germany.
I'm Miranda, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
Soy Priscilla Sujei de Monterrey, Nuevo León, México.
My name is Marty Bell. I'm from New York City, and I'm representing the Dominican Republic.
I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and my name is Tainara Conti.
Mercedes Martinez from Waterbury, Connecticut.
My name is Renee Michelle, and I'm from Washington, D.C.
我叫 Zaya, 来自中国重庆.
My name is Reina Gonzalez, and I am from the Rio Grande Valley in Texas.
My name's Rhea Ripley, and I'm from Adelaide, South Australia.
My name is Nicole Savoy, and I am from Sacramento, California.
I'm Tessa Blanchard, and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And my name is Kaylee Ray, and I am from Glasgow, Scotland.
I'm Candice LeRae, and I am from Anaheim, California.
I'm Vanessa Bourne, and I'm from Scottsdale, Arizona.
My name is Sereena Deeb. I am from Washington, D.C.
My name is Santana Garrett, and I'm from Ocala, Florida.
I am Mae Young, and I am from South Korea.
Hi, my name is Piper Nevin, and I'm from Ayrshire, Scotland.
My name is Kairi Sen, and I'm from Japan.
And of course, we have got 32 women, so it'll be 16 matches to start us off the first round. What is the first match of this one?
Jazzy Gaber versus Abby Lath.
The second match would be Rachel Evers versus...
The third match is featuring one of my wrestlers, Princesca Sergey, and she is going against Kaylee Ray.
Well, what is interesting about that on the next bracket along, so who could face your pick in the next round if they do win? My pick, Zia Lee, who goes against Mercedes Martinez.
Yes, and then up next in the second group, so to speak, it's Nicole Savoy going against Riles. And the next match is also featuring one of my wrestlers, Renee Michelle, going against my pick, Candice LeRae.
Well, then Sarah Logan versus Mia Yim, and then Zedda versus my pick, Shania Baszler. So we could, Dan, meet up in the quarter-finals if that does go on that side. So that's the left-hand side. Any matches there you're looking forward to seeing?
Princesca Sergey versus Kaylee Ray and Candice LeRae going against Renee Michelle. What about yourself?
I think Baszler's match versus Zedda would be interesting, and I would like to see how Princess Sugar Hay gets on. It'd be interesting to scout your talent as long as my talent along the way and see if anything else catches our eye. That is the left-hand side. We move on to the right-hand side, Dan, and we start off with Kari Sani versus my pick, Tessa Blanchard. So, the odds in this match is going to be difficult for her, but I have faith.
You gotta have faith. And the next up, we have Sage Beckett going against Bianca Belair.
Then we have Dakota Kai versus Kavita Devi.
Don't have them.
And then Rhea Ripley versus Miranda Salinas. So Tessa Blanchard there has a pretty easy run if she can get through that first round there to at least get to a semi-final.
Yes, and next up in the last lot of 8, we have Vanessa Bourne, one of my picks, going against Sereena Deeb. And then after that, we have Santana Garrett going against Piper Niven.
Yeah, and what's interesting about Piper Niven is that she, as we know her now, or as I should do, as Viper, who was on the British World of Wrestling at the start of the year, and now she's going to try and do Scotland well in this tournament, so I'm interested in seeing her. And then we've got Conti versus Lacey Evans, and Lacey Evans, of course, been in NXT before.
And Alicia Raymond going against Toni Storm.
Yeah, so that finishes it off. So there might be, the most interesting first round match there, I would say, got to be on the left-hand side, isn't it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's got to be, I think, would say, Shania Baszler and Princess Sugar Hay. I think they would be our number one picks, Dan?
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how we do going forward. But before we get on that, we're going to just take a look back. Before we get, we've got some women's news, shall we say, before we start the Mae Young Classic. First off, I just want to talk about Sarah Amato and about the importance. Sarah Amato and the importance of the Mae Young Classic. This is really important. So listen to her. If you like the Women's Revolution, odds are you've heard of Sarah Amato. Originally known as Sarah Del Rey, there might not be a better women's wrestling trainer in history, including names such as the Fabulous Moolah. She's a huge reason why the women have gone from nothing to one of the featured attractions on the show, and now WWE is giving her some attention.
Amato was recently interviewed on WWE.com on the upcoming Mae Young Classic, including the diversity of the tournament's lineup, how important the tournament is for the Women's Revolution, her picks for potential winners of the tournament, and how the tournament will change things in WWE. And here are some of the highlights.
Well, the tournament, she said it's huge. The women of WWE are breaking barriers monthly, it seems. I just think about when I was an active wrestler. There was an independent promoter, Dave Prazak of Shimmer, that believed in women and put us all together and gave us our own events. That was so significant for me and my own development to be around these strong, competitive women who pushed each other. I'm blessed right now to have that at the WWE Performance Centre with my group of ladies. It's just so significant to bring them all here and put them on a platform like this. And WWE Network to trust them to carry their own tournament on TV is huge.
And on her favourites, she said, well, I have a very special place in my heart for Mercedes Martinez because she was my first rival in Shimmer. And I'm just so fond of her and her work. She's been doing this for so long. And so she's come a long way to be in this environment. I know from training with Bianca Belair and Lacey Evans that they're going to surprise a few people too. They're probably picks I'm pulling for and watching for. I'm also curious to see Piper Niven. She has great conditioning and is unique. She moves well and is very unpredictable and very agile for her size and strength.
Yeah, that's the form of Viper that we know all about. And Sarah might have said on the tournament what it means for the main roster. She said it's going to be a challenge for the girls on Raw and SmackDown Live. The women of NXT really continue to push and challenge them too and force them to raise the bar. It's going to be very disruptive. It's going to show that there's a lot of competition out there and that everyone's gunning for a spot. And like we say, 32 new women that we might have seen a couple of NXT, but it's all going to be new heading forward. And before we go down, this is a heck of a tale.
Former TNA Knockouts champion Rosemary was injured during the finish of the championship at AAA's Triple Mania. Their report says Sexy Star, who retained her title in the four-way match, hyperextended or dislocated Rosemary's elbow using her armbar submission.
This came after Sexy and another wrestler in the match, Lady Shania, were legitimately shooting on each other at one point. Things backstage were said to have been understandably tense.
Doctors are checking on Rosemary to determine the extent of the damage. And if you've kept up to date with the Sexy Star, Taya Valkyrie, Johnny Mundo, Vampiro drama in AAA, you'll probably know the former Lucha Underground champ probably isn't the most popular woman in the locker room already.
And this also comes at an interesting time for AAA and Global Force Wrestling. The companies have been sharing talent a lot lately, a lot of Impact stars on this pay-per-view, but Jeff Jarrett also does business with Conan, who has his own issues with AAA, and reportedly won't allow talent from the Crash promotion to work with the AAAs. Now, the GWF have released a statement saying that it was a one-off incident that won't happen again. Basically what it is like I say, with the talent involved as well. You know, Rosemary obviously was in the match. Sexy Star obviously didn't like something she did, so legitimately went out to hurt her. And this kind of thing in wrestling is just not allowed. Do you know what I mean?
Wasn't that Rosemary the one that was going on about thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Rosemary's been around now for TNA, very respected on the roster, and this is something that shouldn't happen, especially at a pay-per-view. I mean, AAA's Tripmania, as you can tell, is their equivalent of WrestleMania, and to have something like that happen, especially with women involved, I thought it was a story that we had to bring up because it was so weird, and Sexy Star also released a statement saying that people don't understand the real story, what went behind it, and there is nothing to happen in a wrestling match, you know, shooting and everything like this. It's just one of those things, and a story came up this week, and there's been a lot of buzz about it. So, what better place to talk about it than on the start of the Mae Young tournament?
After months of eager anticipation, WWE's Mae Young Classic tournament has finally arrived. The company uploaded the first 4 episodes to the WWE Network on Monday morning. This tournament is another example of WWE's commitment to making women's wrestling a bigger part of the product.
Well, the past few years have seen superstars such like Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Nia Jax and Bayley make big strides on the main roster, and WWE is hoping the next crop of great female talents will come from this tournament. The 32 women event is something both male and female fans have been looking forward to ever since it was announced.
There's no more waiting around, because now it is time to start the Mae Young Classic. Here is the first round action.
I'm not going to back down from anybody. I worked too hard to let this slip through my hands.
I'm in the ring to bring total destruction.
They're gonna know that's a legitimate badass in there.
I'm gonna go in full force.
And I'm gonna rip them apart.
We're going to get started on the first round. Dan, how excited are you for the Mae Young Classic?
Well, you know, with my previous record on tournaments, I've done quite well in them. So this one, I'm going into it with utmost confidence that I'm going to beat you yet again.
Yes, it's always a good time of year. This time last year, we had the CWC, the Cruiserweight Classic, where we weren't sure how it was going to start off, and it basically changed our lives, didn't it, you know?
It has indeed, yeah.
What we're going to do, we can do exactly the same. If you loved what we did with the CWC, we're doing exactly the same with the Mae Young Classic, watching every single one of these matches. We've got 3 picks each as well, and we've got points on the line. So we should just say, before anybody's never listened to us before, we have 3 league tables prediction-wise. We have pay-per-view predictions, we have NXT predictions, and we have bonus point predictions. Stuff like Royal Rumble winners, Money in the Bank winners, all sorts of things like this. But more importantly, towards tournaments. And as Dan Dan mentioned earlier, last year with the CWC you had 3 choices, and what happened to your 3 choices, Dan?
2 of them was in the final.
Yeah, 3 of them got through the
3 of them was in the semi against one of yours.
Yes, one of mine. So we had our picks last year. Will we have the same success this year? But Dan did win the CWC. He's won every tournament we've ever done with bonus points. Dusty Classic twice, and also the CWC tournament. The UK tournament, me and him drew as well earlier this year. So we're used to it now, I guess, but we are going to start the Mae Young Classic. We've got a lot of matches to do. On this episode, we're going to do the first 2 episodes of the Mae Young Classic, which will be 8 matches, and then on Wednesday we will release the other 8 matches from the first round. We'll talk about bonus points as well, sorry, because I drifted off from there. We have got points on the line. Should we just read through our picks first, Dan? Who we got? So who are your picks?
Yeah, I've gone for Candice LeRae, Princesca Shagay, and Vanessa Bourne.
And I've gone for Shania Baszler, Tessa Blanchard, and Zia Lee. And as we see the Mae Young bracket there, we've got the brackets right in front of us, and we've got a point system as well. So one each other out, and then 1 point for get to the quarterfinal, 1 point for the semi-final, 1 point for the final, and 2 points for the winner. So a lot of points on the line.
Well, so just getting to the final, you're going to get 3 points.
Yep.
And if you win that, you're going to be getting a 5-point total. And if you knock someone out, or knock 2 or 3 of mine out on the way, or I knock 2 or 3 of yours out on the way, it could be a lot of points up for grabs.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. So let's get through each of the first... Well, we're going to watch the first 2 episodes now and see if it was worth the wait. And the first match, Dan, is...
Kaylee Ray against one of my picks, Princesca Shagay.
Now, before each of the matches, we see, well, I assume like we did CWC last year, little promo for each of these stars, you know. Yeah. So, Dan, it is your pick first. It is Princess Shagay versus Kaylee Ray. Are you excited to see your pick in action?
I am indeed, yes. You know, the first show, the first match. I mean, she's got to be going far.
Yeah, well, just like previous tournaments WWE's held on the network, each superstar in a short package for their match to introduce them to the WWE Universe. The first 2 women to compete had the unenviable task of setting the tone for the rest of the tourney. Kaylee Ray battled your pick, Princess Shagay, in the first match on this episode. We should say it's Lita. We should say it's Lita and JR on commentary. Tell me a little bit more about Princess Shagay, then.
Well, she has 2 distinct advantages going into the Mae Young Classic. One comes from the fact she's only one of the few competitors in the tournament who can lay appropriate claim to the term veteran. She's been a pro since 1996, and Shagay has competed at the highest level for Mexico's 2 biggest promotions, AAA and CMLL, for more than 2 decades, and is the reigning Mexican national women's champion. And 2 is that Princess Shagay is the Classic's only luchadora. Trained in the great Mexican wrestling tradition, this masked marvel is a dangerous, highly skilled flyer, and the butterfly on her hood is a nod to her ability to soar beautifully through the air, and simply unpredictable between her opponents won't know what's coming next, but Princess Shagay will. Victory. So what about Kaylee Ray?
Well, Kaylee Ray, I mean, did you give the height? What's the height? Well, obviously, we don't want to give the ages of these ladies, but what's the height of Princess Shagay?
Well, she's 5'1" from Monterrey, Mexico. And if you want to follow her on Twitter, it is Princesca Shagay.
Well, I tell you something, though, it's having a 7-inch height advantage is Kaylee Ray from Glasgow in Scotland. Oh, she'll do me proud. Of course, Twitter at K_Lee_Ray, or you can follow me at Twitter, J. J_Rowlands. It's exactly the same. Scottish high flyer, Kaylee Ray. She's a fiery star on the rise from the flourishing United Kingdom circuit. A young veteran of 8 years, Ray boasts an innovative daredevil attack when she's in action. Your best chance of keeping out of her is by following a scarlet streak of Ray's hair as she soars around the ring, diving through the ropes and propelling herself off the turnbuckle with her graceful take on the Swanton Bomb. The reigning women's champion for Glasgow-based ICW, Dan, you know all about that. She is also the former Queen of Southside champion, Scottish women's champion, and SWE Speed King champion. So she knows what it takes to snare championship gold in the Mae Young Classic. Ray gets her first chance to make a splash on a global scale. She works primarily on British independent circuit. Ray was part of the TNA British Boot Camp 2 during October 2014, along with Rampage Brown, who we've seen, El Ligero, who we've seen, Mark Andrews, who we've seen, Nikki Storm, Amdar, and Chris Travis. But can she upset the odds and take Dan's pick out in the very first round of the women's tournament?
No.
Well, Dan, this is definitely a clash of different styles, isn't it?
Well, my luchadora is going to beat your sweaty sock.
Well, mine's got more hardcore style, and yours, like say, yeah, more luchador. As we see Princess Sugar's entrance.
Yeah, nice one, JR.
Yeah, what other tournaments? What other tournaments, JR, do the losers advance? And
well,
apart from the Intercontinental Title Tournament 1997.
Apart from when Arsenal made up their own Emirates tournament and they lost or they drew both matches but still ended up going through because they scored more goals.
Exactly. But those should be good to kick it off. Are you excited, Dan?
I am very excited. I really hope we see a bra and panties match tonight.
No, we're going to have complaints. Are they going to shake hands? There you go.
Luchadora.
Well, it's a show of sportsmanship, and here we go. The first match of the Mae Young Classic. We are bringing you the first of 8 here tonight, and it is Dan's pick versus Kaylee Ray. Can she get the job done, and what many would say would be an upset?
Oh, well, I was looking to go for a test of strength, but the obviously taller Kaylee Ray reached just out of Princess's grip there.
She did, and oh my word. Kaylee tried to shigay, but she got the pin.
Oh, only getting a 1 count though.
1.
And the first cover goes to Princessa.
Oh, Princessa dodging that, and Kaylee Ray, that's nice by her. Ducking down and stopping it. I mean, she's got to stop that kind of, like we say, Mexican luchador style, hasn't she, you know?
Oh, Sergey grabs the legs from underneath, flips her over, goes for another cover.
Oh, no, bridges out, though, by Kaylee. And these women, evenly matched in the early going. Like we say, we don't know anything. Anything could happen here. We've kept ourselves spoiler-free. As, Princess Sugar goes for the pin. Kaylee kicks out. Kaylee Ray caught Princesca in the submission. She's going to slam her down. Oh!
Princessa rolls through, slams Kaylee Ray down and goes for the cover, but only gets a 2 count.
2. And also, we'll be keeping a rating on each of the matches, or how good the matches are, and we'll give you our best matches, like the first round, second round, quarterfinal, then the tournament overall. We'll be
people's elbow there from Sergey.
It will be a complete in-depth analysis of the Mae Young Classic, brought to you by the WNR podcast. And Dan is focused on his pick at the moment. What's going on, Dan?
I am. Well, Princessa's entirely dominated now. She's hit a couple of people's out, and she's looking for a helo over the top rope. Kaylee Ray rolls to the outside. Oh, and Princessa gets caught with a knee by Kaylee.
Oh!
And then a big forearm to the face after she's been spun round.
Well, that mask is going to offer little protection with a forearm and that, and Kaylee is going to go for the cover. No.
Kick out by Princessa.
And it'll be interesting to see how long the matches are. I don't expect the first round matches to go that long, but you can't really or upset 16 women. Do you know what I mean? Because the talent on show here, everybody wants to have a go of it. You know, you want to have good matches. As Kaylee Ray now in control, slamming Princesca into the turnbuckle.
And a Ric Flair-like knife edge chop to the chest.
Heard around the arena here. We're at Full Sail Arena.
Oh, but Sergey didn't like that. Turns it very thunderous chops and a few kicks. She had to get pulled off by the referee and then gets her legs swiped out from underneath her by Kaylee Ray.
And oh my God, just stopping short and slamming Sergey down.
Oh, but Sergey rolls onto the belly but gets caught in a submission move there from Kaylee.
Oh, now she's in serious trouble. You can see the way that leg is locked right around Sergey. The knee is stopping her from moving.
Got her arm trapped as well. Pulls her up. Oh, only gets a 2 count.
2, and Kaylee had to let go of the submission or be pinned as she checks her lip after a forearm by Sergey. And Sergey trying to build a little bit of momentum. Kaylee reversed the Irish whip.
Oh, but a lovely head scissors takedown there by Sergey.
Slams her down in submission, and oh my word.
Rolling her around the canvas. I think she's trying to go for a cover, but Kaylee Ray's just rolling through.
Oh!
Finally gets it in position for a cover, but only gets a 2 count.
2, managed just to get the shoulder up at last second. Oh my word. Well, Sergey with the kind of knockout kick, and again.
This has got to be at 1, 2.
Oh. Well, Dan, She got a shoulder up there, but when you come from Glasgow in Scotland, you got to show some toughness, and that is what Kaylee Ray's doing, representing the nation. And Shugay now with those kicks.
If she wins, she's British. If she loses, she's Scottish, just like Andy Murray.
well, Kaylee's got her up for that submission she tried to hit earlier.
The educated feet of Shugay.
Oh, but gets caught, and look at this, Kaylee Ray back into... Oh! That was like a gory bomb there, and Kaylee smirking.
No, she's not got a cigarette, she's just got a grin on her face.
Shugay's out to...
Oh! Thank fuck for that. I thought I was going to throw my papers across the floor there.
Wow, what impact
Shugay
that was.
Manages to kick out.
And now she's in precarious position. Kaylee Ray going all the way.
She's going for the swanton bomb.
Yeah.
But Shugay moves out the way.
Oh, no.
Gets the armbar locked in.
Oh, my word.
Gotta make her tap.
Middle of the ring.
And she's just wrenching away at her arm.
Well, Kaylee's got the height on her, but she can't get to the ropes.
Yeah.
And Princesca Shugay wins the first match of the Mae Young Classic and goes through to the second round. Dan Picks does it. Dan, what do you think of the match, and what do you think of Shugay's style?
Yeah, it's certainly... I don't think we've seen anything like this for a long, long while in the WWE, so it's going to be a refreshing take on, luchadora.
Do you think it might be the answer? Like we talk about not replacing Rey Mysterio and having that kind of Mexican superstar that they need. Do you think Shugay could maybe fill that void and be able to sell masks and, you know what I mean, be a part of the WWE in that way,
Oh, most definitely.
I'm quite impressed with her. I quite like the way she did. Kaylee Ray, I think credit to her. Even they had a lot to live up to in this first match. I think they both delivered in the closing stretches. I was impressed by Kaylee Ray. I wouldn't mind seeing her in NXT or something like that, Dan. That would be good, wouldn't it,
It's only the first of 32 that we've seen, so, it's... You can't put all your chips on one horse.
Oh, no, but I like Kaylee Ray. I like the look of her. I think she'll fit into that kind of NXT. I can see her having matches with people like Nikki Cross, Ruby Riott, and people like that as well.
Sweaty sock matchup.
So it'll be interesting to see. Like you say, Kaylee Ray there, I think impressive, but Princess Shugay goes through. And our next match is Serena Deeb versus Vanessa Bourne. So the second match is second of your picks.
Vanessa Bourne?
Yeah, Vanessa Bourne is one of your picks.
Oh, right, I'm going for Vanessa Bourne.
Yeah, sorry, I just checked the paperwork there, and yes, Dan, so 2 matches and 2 of your picks. Unbelievable here. I guess I'll go Serena Deeb because she's one of the few people in the tournament WWE fans will be familiar with. So it's smart for WWE to put her in the match in the first episode. Of course, we've seen her on NXT. Oh, wait a minute, and look who's in the crowd. The former women's champion, Naomi. She'll be enjoying the action. I'm sure we see a lot of people in the crowd here tonight. So, Dan, second match, second pick. It is a Dan show today. Vanessa Bourne versus Serena Deeb. Tell me more about her.
Vanessa Bourne, she's 5'4". She's from Scottsdale, Arizona, and her Twitter is @VanessaBourneWWE. As part of the Mae Young Classic, NXT newcomer Vanessa Bourne is ready to show the WWE universe that she's a force to be reckoned with. No stranger to the spotlight, Bourne was previously a broadcaster for Fox Sport Arizona, as well as a dancer for the Phoenix Suns and a cheerleader for the Arizona Cardinals. During her tenure with the Cardinals, she was featured on one of the world's biggest stages, the Super Bowl, proving that she has the focus and experience to perform under pressure with aspirations of becoming a WWE superstar. She switched gears and sought out training under Attitude Era superstar Gangrel and WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. Bourne signed with the WWE Performance Center in 2016, and on the 12th of July 2017 episode of NXT, she defeated Jamie Hatchie, a Mae Young Classic qualifying tournament match to earn a spot in the global tournament.
Oh, I can see why you're going, Vanessa, about the way she looks if you see her coming out here now. But let's talk about Deeb. She's 5'4" from Fairfax, Virginia, @Serena Deeb on Twitter. Serena Deeb wants to write a new chapter in her career. Deeb was a 6-time OVW champion, a former member of the SmackDown roster in 2010, during which time she famously became a bald-headed member of the Straight Edge Society.
Oh, Serena!
If I'd have known who that was, I would have gone for it, yeah. But now she's on a new beginning with a mate. The technical competitor has been honing her craft.
Woman ref.
Woman ref we talked about at the start of this episode. I thought I recognised her. A ring approach all the world, mastering new ring styles. She combines the concentration and motivation of a certified yoga teacher. While the intensity and passion of Warrior Deeb has unfinished business in WWE, she has her sights on a feel-good comeback story when she enters the Classic. Here the match starts.
Her opponent, Vanessa Bourne, is a woman with no shortage of confidence or attitude. Deeb was honest during her video package about her past struggles with alcohol, but Bourne used her video as an opportunity to brag about her skills.
So here we go. Second match, second pick for Dan. We'll see if he can get 2 in the second round. Are you worried now you've realised who it is she's going against?
Well, I've got to say one thing. Sereena doesn't suit her.
No, she doesn't, does she? We're going to see how these styles match up. As like you said, female referee as well. We talked about second match of the Mae Young Classic. So, like we say, 2010, 7 years since we've seen Sereena in here against your pick, Vanessa Bourne. It's going to be an interesting style matchup here. I mean, what's Vanessa Bourne have to do if she wants to beat Sereena Deeb?
I've no idea, because I've never heard of her.
So, yeah, your third pick, Vanessa Bourne in action here. Like I say, Princess Sugar through. You've still got Candice LeRae.
She'll be up next.
To come.
The Bourne's got the upper hand on Sereena at the moment, and she's kicking her in the corner.
Well, I don't say that Jodie King, but I think there's 2 things you like about her, Dan, isn't there? She working over Sereena Deeb. We're going to respect women on this show like we always do. We're being a big fan of women's wrestling these past couple of years on the WNR podcast. As Bourne tries to get Deeb down.
Oh, rolls her up, only gets a 2 count.
2. This is what the female referee's got to be careful of, though, not to break a nail when she's making a count.
Well, if these 3 women are out here, who's making the snacks backstage?
Vanessa Bourne now. Look at this ground strategy for Deeb. I mean, there's a lot of hype for Sereena in this, but Vanessa's just wearing her down.
Hair versus hair match.
It is hair versus hair. I mean, you could have her be the woman in Anderson and Gallows as well with bald head. You know what I mean?
Because she was with Gallows before,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that would be good if they did. But Vanessa Bourne. Let's get back to this fascinating match with Dan's pick. So much on the line here.
Oh, Sereena's winding up with her left hands. Southpaw. Follows up with a big right.
Oh, now going for the slam. Oh.
Gets the slightly larger opponent down.
And now Sereena trying to build momentum, going for the net breaker. Oh,
it's like a reverse stunner.
And now she's in serious trouble. Vanessa is.
Goes for the cover. It's a bit slow, though.
It was. I think the shoulders weren't fully down. I don't know if it was a problem with the cover. Referee's positioning as well. You got to think this is a big moment for her, you know? Oh, Deeb's got Vanessa Bourne up. Oh!
She must have learnt that move off CM Punk. It was like a GTS, but straight to the midsection.
Well, the old gut buster, and now Sereena building momentum here. Randy Orton-esque, Dan, you would say.
Pounding the canvas with her feet.
Well, Vanessa Bourne in trouble. Oh!
Charges toward Bourne, but Bourne sidesteps. Deeb hits nothing but turnbuckles, and she's in a lot of trouble.
Centre of the ring.
Swinging neck breaker.
Pin.
1, 2.
Oh.
Sereena with the kick out.
And
the referee's very slow.
It is very methodical count, maybe you could say. As,
no, just slow.
As Bourne now. Look at the viciousness of her. Mounting Deeb and huge right hands. Going for the cover.
Oh, hands-free cover. Come on, Nessa.
And Vanessa Bourne's got the whole future ahead of her. She tries to put Deeb down. And now she's picking Deeb up. Oh!
Samoan drop. 1, 2.
Oh, no. Shoulder up. But Bourne there, she's getting maybe a little bit overconfident. She's getting frustrated now, I can see.
Concentrate, Vanessa.
Exactly. On the ropes.
Oh! Goes for a big slam, but... Oh, goes for a big belly flop, but... Sereena moves out the way. Can she get back into this match?
Bourne feeling it now, and Deeb trying to get up, like you say, holding her midsection in so much pain. Dodging the clothesline of Bourne. Oh!
Spear.
1, 2, 3. Well, something that happened before has happened right now. Sereena Deeb has beaten Vanessa Bourne, but more importantly for me, it sees Dan's one of Dan's picks eliminated in the first round. So she gave through, Vanessa Bourne out. But Dan, what did you think of the matchup?
It's the second best match of the night. Not because of the way the result went, but I think these were slightly uncoordinated. These two women. It was it was a bit all over the place. And no disrespect to the woman, but that referee's count is really slow.
Yeah, so Jessica Carr, probably not the best there in her first match as officiating, but like we say, a lot of nerves, haven't we? You know, as we go forward from it. Charlie Caruso backstage talking us through the brackets, and obviously 2 matches. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit of a disappointing match. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's good. Sereena Deeb gets a chance of redemption. She's trying to prove everybody wrong, isn't it? Prove everybody wrong as she goes forward, hopefully in this tournament. Next match, and this is a great one because it's Zedda versus Shania Baszler. My pick is in a match, and Shania Baszler is a member of the 4 Horsewomen of MMA, along with Ronda Rousey. She has more exposure coming to this event than a lot of women. And I'll tell you something about Shania Baszler before I even go on. She spent 2.5 years training, honing her skills and working to make the successful transition from mixed martial arts to professional wrestling. She received a tryout with WWE, but didn't immediately hear back. One day her phone rang with a type of call that can end up being life-changing. She had received news the company wanted her to join a field of 32 women from 13 countries in the inaugural Mae Young Classic. Baszler said, WWE is something I've had my eye on. After the call, I said to myself, all right, it's time to get in gear. It fired me up to get in even better shape and get ready to go. So, yes, we are going to see Zedda versus Shania Baszler. Dan, tell me a little bit more about Zedda and I'll get more into Shania.
Well, she's 5'3". She's from Richmond, Virginia, but she's representing China. Her Twitter is @Zedda_WWE. With a background in MMA, amateur wrestling and sports entertainment, not to mention singing, acting and modelling, Zedda enters the Mae Young Classic with one of the most unique skill sets. She might be a relatively unknown entity in the WWE, having only joined the Performance Center earlier this year, but Zedda is the real deal. Arriving in Orlando, she received wrestling training under the likes of the Brian Kendrick and fighting tutelage at the Black House MMA, the same facility where UFC legend Anderson Silva spars. A graduate of Virginia Commonwealth University Communications Program, where she concentrated on public relations, Zedda has only one message to deliver to her peers in the Classic: watch out.
Well, I tell you something, Zedda is tough, and like I say, the MMA background, it fits perfectly with Shania Baszler. And like we say, there is plenty of tough women in the Mae Young Classic, but none has the employment of history quite like the former UFC fighter. And look who's in the crowd! Marina Shafir and Ronda Rousey is here tonight. She's in the crowd supporting Shania Baszler. And what a huge moment it is for WWE, Ronda Rousey being there. And like we said, rough and tough, and an MMA fighter as well. She's credited with likes of Paige Van Sant, Misha Tate, and a good friend, Ronda Rousey. After vanquishing many a foe inside the Octagon, Baszler chose a new martial craft to hone, this time inside the squared circle. The transition has been seamless for Baszler, who is reigning AIW Women's Champion, Australia Champion, and Premier Women's Champion. An unapologetic devotee of catch wrestling, she has trained extensively under former UFC champion Josh Barnett and studied under UK wrestling legend Billy Robinson, making her the continuation of the Wigan snake pick lineage that counts no less than the god of wrestling Carl Gotch in its ranks. My God! She was born 1980, so you know what I mean. She is getting a little bit on. She's 37 now, if my maths is correct. But she had a record of 15 wins and 10 losses, with 14 wins coming by way of submission. She's 5'7" from Sioux Falls down as well, so not the tallest girl. She is an angry girl. Zedda tries to take her down, goes to that leg lock straight away. And Baszler's got to try and get in the back. I mean, I'm going to call this kind of MMA now as well, because this is the type of match it's going to be. Getting out the arm, getting out the leg lock and going straight for that arm bar. But it's hunt now, trying to block it. And she nearly gets caught now, but Zedda with a pin, gets up. Now, it's an interesting thing, isn't it, to see this kind of... I think Oscar's opened the doors for a lot of girls. Like we say, originally from China, Zedda's come in here with that MMA style, that kind of toughness. And I think, again, she kind of fits the style of something that I want to see in this tournament. I don't think Shania Baszler's kind of look herself is anything... You know, usually women like to... I don't want to say... have the kind of bright colours or stuff, but it's just very basic kind of MMA gear that she's got on as well, you know, unapologetic as she is. Now she's becking Zedda up to the corner trying to work her way, but oh my God.
Zedda sidesteps and starts getting some licks of her own.
But Baszler managing to block, and she doesn't look happy. Zedda run towards her now.
Oh, gets monkey flipped over to the centre of the ring. Zedda goes for the cover.
Well, when she went for the cover, she dived in with an elbow as well, which is always good to see. And Baszler now is in a little bit of trouble. Fans get behind Zedda here.
Go on, Zedda.
Oh, Baszler blocks it, and oh my God. Zedda jumps on for the guillotine choke. Trying to take Baszler down. No, come on, fight out of it. Look at the power there. Well done, Baszler. Pick her up. Oh! Straight into the rear naked choke. Baszler there. Boom! And Rousey and the three horsewomen at ringside there. Very impressed with Shania. And am I glad that I picked her. And she got caught, Zedda. She couldn't do anything about it. Got caught middle of the ring. Nowhere to go. No choice but to tap out. But I think it's our quickest match, isn't it, Dan? What do you think of it?
It was over quite quickly again. Seems slightly uncoordinated. I know there's a lot of nerves going into this, and it's a bit slow. But Zedda, I don't think she had half a chance, to be honest.
No, I mean she was basically slaughtered by Shania Baszler. But impressive. She goes through to the second round. Will we see Zedda again? Like you said, there's 32 women to trying to make out and see what they do. But Ronda Rousey's at ringside. She's impressed with Baszler. I am. She goes through now to the next round to face either Sarah Logan or Mae Young. And we are one more match before the end of the very first episode. It's fit, Dan.
It has flown by, yeah. But again, with the Shania Baszler, I think they're going to use, obviously, Ronda Rousey. She's appeared at WrestleMania alongside The Rock. I think they're going to use her kind of like star power to draw it all in.
Yeah, and it would make perfect sense as well. But we move on, and my God, what a main event we got. Abby Leif versus Jazzy Gabert. And I know you recognise Jazzy Gabert already, Dan. She is the alpha female. So neither our picks on the line in this one, but like you say, Jazzy Gabert, Abby Leif. Who do you want to go for in this one?
Who's that big German?
Well, that is, Jazzy Gabert. Go on, you take it away then.
Well, she's 6'1". She's from Berlin in Germany, and her Twitter is @alphafemale1. Jazzy Gabert's muscle-packed 6'1" frame can barely contain the brute force and bad intentions that lie within. The bruising Berliner has broken opponents and captured titles around the globe for more than 15 years. She achieved her great success in Europe in championships in Swiss Wrestling Entertainment and Stardom, to name a couple of her stomping grounds. Her competitive fire burns bright outside the ring too, where she has fought MMA matches and participated in strong woman events. Mean, powerful, and rarely at a physical disadvantage, Gabert is unrepentant and undiscerning when it comes to dishing out pain. Whether she emerges from the Mae Young Classic as the top wrestler, it's safe to say Jazzy Gabert make her presence felt in the global tournament, where she will be amongst the biggest brawlers. Better known by the ring name Alpha Female, she's best known for working for World Wonder Ring Stardom and Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling TNA. She is a professional, powerful, strong woman and bodybuilder wrestler.
Yeah, like I say, she's been around for a long time, and it's great to see the Alpha Female in WWE. But she's going to go Abby Leif from Seattle, Washington, 5'4", at Abby Leif WWE. So you can tell by that Twitter account as well, she is a member of the NXT, and as we saw in NXT, as we saw in the promo video as well, her wrestling Ruby Riott. Abby Leif had to keep her love of WWE secret growing up. She wasn't allowed to watch sports entertainment as a child, so Leif had to be sneaky. While she trained as a ballerina, she was dreaming of becoming a superstar, and eventually studied the ins and outs of grappling under WWE Cruiserweight Drew Gulak. Leif has battled competitors across the independent wrestling scene, notably becoming the first, and so far only woman to hold the Shikara Grand Championship, but her goal was always to get to the WWE. She accomplished that earlier this year when she signed to the WWE Performance Center. Now Leif looks to use the alligator clutch, the same inescapable pin once utilised by the great Mae Young, to propel herself to victory in Young's namesake event. Like we said, Alpha Female, so impressive. I mean, Jazzy Gabert's probably not the best name to give her in WWE, but very intimidating. And I don't want to parallel her to China.
She's taller than the fucking ref.
Yeah, she's taller than the ref, and she's looking to destroy Abby Leif here, but they shake hands.
But Gabert pulls her in and just gives her a stare down. Abby Leif pulls away and backs off quite quickly.
Oh, but fair play to Abby, going straight in there with Jazzy.
A couple of hits there seem like, well, they didn't even touch Gabert. She gets pushed off twice, but she keeps coming back for more, and both women are just roaring at each other.
They are, and this is the most hard hitting that we've had so far in matches.
Jazzy throws Abby Leif by her hair.
And I'll tell you something else I've noticed as well, is that the crowd's more vote match than they have anything else already, and you can tell by the imposing size of Gabert that you just got to look at her, do you know what I mean? It is very imposing. Coming in for the clothesline.
Oh, Leif ducks it, tries to deliver a kick, gets caught by Gabert. She gets thrown into the splits, and Leif doing well to herself to block what Jazzy's giving her. A jawbuster there by Abby. I mean, she's given as good as she's getting so far.
I'm impressed by Abby at the moment. She's got to keep on top of Gabert, though, and as I say that, she reversed the Irish whip. I thought she was going to go for the arm drag, but look at the strength. Oh!
Gabert, she throws her against the ropes and just shoulder barges her down, goes for the cover.
Oh!
Leif managing to kick out.
Oh, now look at this.
Gabert's got a...
Looks like an anaconda.
Sort of choke.
Yeah. Variation of the anaconda vice there. Abby's shaking her finger saying, nah,
Oh, using her legs to try and get out of it, but that just makes Jazzy Gabert grip harder. But don't you think some woman of this size, she should be tapping like a bitch within seconds if it's supposed to be an intimidating move?
Well, this is the thing, but I think this shows the toughness of Abby here as she's trying to get the head scissors in, but it's just a complete power of Gabert at the moment.
Oh, she tries standing up, but instead goes for a...
Well, again, it's like a rear naked choke. Laszlo won in the last match. And she, like you say, if she's got it in fully, then this should be over. But I don't know if she's got it tucked underneath that chin. As now Abby rolls on her back.
Oh, and Gabert has to relinquish the hold to get out of the pinning attempt. I think that's just pissed her off even more.
You know, Gabert sends her into the turnbuckle. Like you said, she's frustrated. Now using the powerful shoulder.
Oh, fuck. This means if Princess Sergei gets through the next round, she'd have to meet her in the semis.
Oh, well, you hope Sergei gets through the second round first.
I hope Gabert gets through.
Gabert working on her. I'm alright. I'm happy with Basler. I'm happy with Basler on my side. Oh, working away, and Abby's in serious trouble.
Working a few submissions, this big German woman.
Just dominating power, isn't it? You know, this is what she's showing here in the Mae Young Classic, as Abby's finally... Oh!
But just gets hit with a big elbow to the face.
Well, I said it knocked some sense into her. I think it knocked her stupid.
I think she's, yeah. Oh, no. She was just playing possum. Oh, comes off the second rope, gets caught by Gabert.
Oh, my word. Oh!
Big slam.
And now...
Goes for the cocky cover, but... Leif kicking out.
Now just getting slapped to the back of the head as well. Look at Jazzy. Just showing complete power. Uh-oh.
She's signalling for the end.
Is it going to be... Oh, no.
Oh, no. Leif with the backslide. Gabert runs in. Gets caught.
Oh!
With a tarantula-type submission hold. But she's got a break before the referee's 5 count. And she does.
But that might have caused enough pain there for Abby to get back into this match. We'll try and work the body. The head will fall off. Look at these kicks now.
Yes.
Rocking her. Oh!
Step up in Seguri. Drops Jazzy Gabert to the mat.
Oh!
And the Daniel Bryan-esque kick's a bit slower than Bryan does.
And now it's a knock her out. Oh!
Big kick to the head.
1, 2, 3. Oh!
Gabert there, the first time she's looked in trouble. But she doesn't seem like as much as a monster to me now.
No, she's shown a bit of weakness here. And as Abby looking to finish her off, going to go to the second rope maybe.
Oh, she took too long. Gabert is up.
And now in a precarious position. Oh my God. It's got her up. No, again.
Lay for the backslide and the arm drag takedown.
Oh.
Bicycle kick.
Oh.
2 knocks Gabert to her feet. 3rd, drop kick there sends her into the bottom turnbuckle.
And Gabert is in serious trouble, like I said, holding the wrist now as well. Gives Abby the chance to get up. Abby Leif is going to cause some sort of upset here against Jazzy Gabert.
She's going up to the top rope. Taking her time.
Here we go.
Oh, another swanton bomb.
1, 2. Oh.
And a kick out by Gabert.
Well, Abby can't believe it, but Gabert's showing her strength there, getting her shoulder up. And now she realises how close she came to actually being knocked out of this tournament. And we're only in.
I think it's just made her mad.
Oh. And she's just absolutely crushed her with a clothesline.
Oh, she's got the front mount on and she's just pounding away at Leif's face.
Oh my God, how much more can Abby Leif take?
And now she's going to try and finish it for once and for all now.
No, this is
her third attempt.
Got her up. Could this be it now?
No, Leif.
1,
her up.
2, 3.
And Jazzy Gabert's been knocked out.
Oh my God. Abby Leif upsets the odds here. Oh my word. I can't believe that. Looked like Gabert had the victory, but just took too long in the match. Abby showing her toughness to stay in there. Unbelievable. We saw the swanton bomb. We saw a lot of highlights in that match. Dan, what did you think of the match?
I thought it was quite an entertaining match. I would have staked my house on Jazzy Gabert winning this match. But, for what she was billed, I think she certainly didn't come off as that. And Abby Leif, fair play to her for putting up with everything that Gabert had to offer.
Well, I think on this episode, Abby Leif's impressed me the most out of everybody getting that victory. I think she might go far in this tournament, and like we said, Sereena Deeb earlier. But the first episode comes to an end, Dan. Let's just see how Gabert reacts to the loss. Oh.
Shakes her hand, gives her a big hug, a big sign of respect there.
There you go. And that's what you want to see. So Alpha Female gets her moment in WWE, but Abby Leif comes out on top. Yeah, what have you thought of the first episode, Dan?
I've not seen anything extra special yet, though. I've not seen because after the first episode of 205 Live, we saw some brilliant matches. Same for the British tournament as well, brilliant matches. But this, it's been good, but not great.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just warming up. Hopefully as we get into the second round, they'll feel more comfortable. But I don't think the 4 matches have been that bad. I think the last match we saw was the best match of the night, to be fair. But I mean, for a first show, I think it showed what the styles are. Do you know what I mean? We've got the UFC style of Baszler, we've got the kind of luchador style of Shige, we've got the toughness of Leif, the NXT style that we know about, and of course with Deeb, it's the returning superstar, a bit like Brian Kendrick probably with the CWC coming back. But what that means though, Dan, as we get through the matches, so the first match is Shige and Kaylee Ray. So Shige goes through and she will face the winner of
Zia Lee and Mercedes Martinez, which is one of yours.
Which one of mine? Sarah Logan and Mae Young face the Shania Baszler in the next round.
Rachel Evers and Marty Bell will face Abby Leif.
Santana Garrett or Pippa Niven versus Sereena Deeb. So, fuck me. Piper Niven. So that'll be interesting as we go through. But not bad for the first episode. And we move straight on to the second episode of the Mae Young Classic. So here we go. We are the second episode of the Mae Young Classic, and there's a lot still riding on this. We still want to see a kind of match that makes our jaws drop, don't we? And as we get later on into the tournament, we shall see. But 4 women are already through, and we're going to see another 4 women go through on this episode here. And the first match is Mercedes Martinez versus one of my picks, Zia Lee, and this should be a cracking little match for both of these women. WWE billed this as Zia Lee's first match ever, so there was a lot of pressure for her to put on a good performance against Mercedes Martinez. Lee was one of the several Chinese talents that we signed last year, so this is a big test for her. And this is what I've gone for, because I always think they're going to do it, aren't they? You know what I mean? We talked about Japanese talent or Chinese talent. I think Zia Lee might go through, but Martinez, it's going to be a difficult match. You want to tell me something about Martinez, and then I'll tell you all about Zia Lee, Dan?
Well, she's 5'7". She's from Waterbury, Connecticut, and her Twitter is @RealMMartinez. Mercedes Martinez isn't some doe-eyed upstart who will be satisfied with simply making a name for herself in the Mae Young Classic. Instead, Martinez plans to not only triumph, but to also prove that WWE made a mistake by not giving her a platform like this a long time ago. Aggressive, rugged and utterly unfazed by the bright lights of WWE Network or the reputation of any opponent she faces, Martinez brings almost 17 years of hard-earned experience to this summer's tournament. She has compiled a resume almost to the point where it would take less time to name the organisations where she hasn't won championships. Harnessing an attack that is full of attitude, technique and big hits, her fisherman buster has taken down the most elite wrestlers. Martinez has been too good for too long to let her opportunity in the Mae Young Classic be anything less than unforgettable.
Yeah, but at 5'3" and from Chongqing in China, at Zia Lee WWE on Twitter, Zia Lee is a grappler unlike any other in the Mae Young Classic. Among the first Chinese athletes to be recruited into WWE's developmental system, Lee is new to the ring but not combat sports. A decorated martial artist, she claimed top place finishes in numerous tournaments, including the second World Traditional Chinese Wushu Championship, as well as fitness events such as a night challenge competition in her native China. Lee officially joined the WWE Performance Center in January and has been diligently studying under ever since, learning how to apply her well-honed martial arts inside the ring. She will have her first opportunity to show the world the fruits of her labour when she battles in Mae Young Classic. And we already see Rebecca Carr back refereeing here for Shelly Martinez. Jessica Carr, thank you.
Slow count, Jess. And Mercedes Martinez has already made her way to the ring. And now is the entrance of Zia Lee.
Oh, and look at her, all Chinese and all I don't say kung fu fighting, but throwing the kicks. This is going to be a rough and tough match. We've already seen one kind of MMA-style match on the Mae Young Classic. Will this be another one? I tell you what, I'm impressed by Shelly Martinez's look as she comes out here. She does look tough and rugged, would probably be the best way of saying it. But Zia Lee here, trying to get the fans on her side. I'm sure she's a firm fan favourite as she goes against Martinez. This should be a good match.
Winner of this match will get the pleasure of facing Princesa Sergey. So
it could be my pick versus your pick in the next round, but your one has gone through for you, one has gone out. With my ones, we've seen Shania Baszler go through. Zia Lee, will she go through or will she not? I mean, it'll be an interesting styled matchup. Martinez, you see, tattooed, doesn't look bothered in the slightest in this match. And Zia Lee, very theatrical. And as Jessica Carr sends her checks, make sure everything's all right. See if she's any faster in this match. Here we go. First match of the second episode, Mae Young Classic. Match number 5. Are they going to shake hands to start off?
Is she getting mocked?
Oh, I think that's a yes. Handshaking and just wipes the hand on her leg as if to say, I don't respect you, Zia Lee. Zia Lee, prove her wrong. Fuck this match. Come on, first round, Mae Young.
Come on, Mercedes. Front face up there by Mercedes to start off this match. Oh, and then gets her into a side headlock.
But it's crazy to think 5 matches, 4 picks. Well, we'll see how this ends up. Martinez looks happy at the moment. I think Zia Lee's got to fight from the ground up in this one.
Well, this is WWE match, her first wrestling match.
Yeah.
And she's getting schooled by Mercedes so far.
But that won't put Zia Lee off. A lot of training, a lot of build-up towards this tournament. It's the biggest opportunity of her life as Martinez barks over her. I think her and Baszler will make a good tag team.
Yeah. Well, Lee going with the kicks to try and chop the bigger tree down.
Oh, referee in the wrong position there. Zia Lee, nice kick to the chest, and look at this style here.
Big running uppercut.
Oh, I heard that from here, Dan.
Turn the telly down a bit then.
Oh, a snapmare. Across the ring.
Goes for the cover. 1, 2.
Oh.
1 count.
1. Very cheeky by Zia Lee to try and catch Martinez out. Dodging the kick.
Oh, blocking Martinez's strikes. Ring.
That's great by Zia Lee. Frustrate Martinez. Go for the kick.
Oh, but her leg gets caught. She's like, no, not this time. Spins her leg round, but gets caught with the foot on the second attempt. And like a knockout kick to the head.
That's it. Go on, get the cover.
2.
Oh.
Martinez managing to kick out. She's like, you've had your chance now. Zia Lee, you're going down.
No, Zia Lee's not bothered about this. Gonna get crowd into it. Go on, Zia Lee. Knock her out with a kick. Oh, no. Like a Superman punch to the face. Martinez, serious trouble, but still managing to get up. Oh.
And kicks to the back.
Lovely. No. More where that came from.
Double A spinebuster plants Zia Lee. 1.
No, only a 1. Well, she went for the cover. Referee probably went to perfect position. Uh-oh. Martinez now is trying to get Zia Lee. Maybe a bow and arrow. Oh, my God. Turns it into the submission as well. Zia Lee's got nowhere to go. She has to tap out. My pick is out. Dan, what are you happy about that for?
Because I'm not the only one with a pick out in the first round.
Well, Martinez, impressive there, putting Zia Lee away. And, fair play. First time in a wrestling ring on the big stage for Zia Lee. She did okay, but she got caught out in the end. I don't think it's a bad match. This is the finish now. Oh, no, you see the beautiful Superman punch by Zia Lee there. And now the end, Martinez catching her. Look at that. When you're caught in a situation like that, there's nowhere you can go. She had no choice but to tap out.
So, 1 through to the next round, 1 out for each of us. We're not doing well in this Mae Young Classic, are we?
It's only the beginning, but yeah, like you said, 5 matches in, it's already a pick out each. But there is still so much to go. Mercedes Martinez will meet your pick, Dan, Princess Sugar, in the next round. We will see what happens then. But we've still got a lot more to come here tonight.
Who are you going to go for? Oh, can I go for Rachel Evers? Because she's the daughter of Paul Ellering.
So, yes, like you said, Dan, you are right. Rachel Evers versus Marty Bell. The second match from episode 2 featured 9-year veteran Marty Bell going up against the daughter of legendary Paul Ellering, Rachel Evers. So tell me more about Rachel Evers.
Well, she's 5'6". She's from St. Paul in Minnesota. Quite funny because her dad's Paul. She hasn't got a Twitter handle, unfortunately, but I'm sure you'll be able to find her.
Your voice got so high.
Frog in my throat. Rachel Evers, as we know, the daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Paul Ellering and a graduate of Mr. Personality Lance Storm's Wrestling Academy. She's entering the Mae Young Classic and ready to forge her own path. An aggressive competitor who relies on the athleticism that comes from being a 3-sport athlete. She played basketball, volleyball and softball in high school. Evers has been making her presence known on the independent circuit since 2015. She combines refined technique with a deceptive strength, as evidenced by her impressive powerlifting record. A bronze medal with the World Powerlifting Federation, 27 state records, 5 American records and 3 state titles. Evers has used her abilities to create a high-impact arsenal of manoeuvres that has earned her multiple championships, and she makes every opponent think twice before entering the ring against her. Evers has made sporadic appearances in NXT over the past year, but this was the first time the spotlight was truly on her instead of just her opponent.
We should say before we move on, what do you think of the Mae Young Classic trophy? You can see it there on the screen at the moment. Thoughts of it?
Big, isn't it?
It is big, isn't it? I don't think at all. I think it does come off that stand, hopefully, unless you never know. The Cruiserweight Classic the trophy was quite big as well. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we talk about Rachel Evers' opponent, Marty Bell, 5'4" from New York City, representing the Dominican Republic. Twitter at Marty Bell. With nearly a decade of in-ring experience, Marty Bell sees the Mae Young Classic as her greatest opportunity to reach the heights in sports entertainment. Utilising her athletic background and training by WWE Hall of Famer Johnny Rodz, Bell has made a name for herself on the independent circuit since 2008. The New York City native is not only an accomplished singles competitor with titles held in New York Wrestling Connection, Women's Superstar Uncensored and American Pro Wrestling Alliance, but she's also a champion tag team grappler, having co-held the tandem titles in Shine and Women's Superstars Uncensored. Describing herself as a sassy, spunky and definitely not afraid to get down in a fight, Bell prefers an all-out brawl to a technical bout. I like my women who are spunky as well. She will proudly represent not only the Big Apple but also the Dominican Republic when she makes her long-awaited WWE debut. And we see her in the ring, and I think she means business. And Rebecca Carr,
Jessica Carr.
Fucking hell. Jess Carr, referee in this one, will she do a better job? Of course, going against Rachel Evers. So, are you interested to see what Paula Ellering's daughter can do?
I am, yes. And if I'd have known before we started watching this that this is Paul Ellering's daughter, I think I would have gone for her.
Well, this is the second match of the night. We've already seen my pick getting knocked out. But we'll see how Rachel Evers gets on. She's got her own T-shirt as well. Look, RE. Looks like a firm favourite here. So, here we go. So, you're going to go... You think Rachel Evers is going to get the job done here then, yeah?
The daughter of the legend that is Paul Ellering.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue against that, can you? I mean, we'll see what Bell can do. Marty Bell.
Will it be the end of Bell?
So, here we go. The second match on the second episode of the Mae Young Classic. A basic lock-up, no. But like I said, Bell likes to have a more physical match. And she will take her time getting involved in this. Well, Marty Bell wants none of this. Get the rope break from the referee. Jess Carr. Hey. Now, here we go. We're going to finally have a lock-up between these two women.
Oh, Marty Bell getting the upper hand of it, pushing Evers into the corner.
Clean break low.
Comes in for a headlock.
Pushes Evers off, hits her in the midsection with a knee. And then a big suplex over, going for the pin. Only getting a 1. And Bell's saying, look, that's how close you were to getting beaten there.
That's how close you were.
She takes down Marty Bell there, and a
lovely scissor kick there, or bicycle kick, whichever one you want to go to.
Gonna get pinned, no.
A slightly quicker count. But a kick out by Bell.
Oh yeah, the referee's going to get confidence as well, like everybody else, you know. Like I said, the first match of the night, time for even the fans to try and get involved. As Evers looks to put away Marty Bell. Slams her down.
Oh, a lovely springboard leg drop there. Goes for the cover.
Marty Bell on the apron, and Rachel Evers is going to try and bring her in.
Bringing up Evers on the top rope when it's the first time we've seen a competitor go to the outside in this whole tournament.
And now Marty Bell's going to try and take advantage of that. Rolls Evers over like a net breaker. Go for the cover.
A bit like a blockbuster there.
Well, only getting, again, the 1, and this might be due to the referee not getting down, or do you know what I mean? It's basically a 4 count at the moment. Oh, but Marty Bell pressing there with a combination.
Oh, a lovely clothesline takedown there. That's why I'd go for submission.
Well, we have seen a couple of submission finishes in these opening matches as well. But Marty Bell going to try and put away Rachel Evers, sends her into the turnbuckle.
Head first into the top turnbuckle there. Taking her over to the next turnbuckle, bouncing her head off that one.
Is it serious trouble, you know? And if
third turnbuckle in a row, I'll give you a 10 if she doesn't go to the fourth.
Well, I tell you something, if this was a bull rope match, she would have won right now. No.
Are you a 10er?
She can't send her into the fourth.
Is Evers going to reverse it?
Can't send her into it. Well, Evers is bigger.
Bounces Bell's head off the turnbuckle 4 times.
That's payback for you. And Evers,
big right hands there.
Right on the chin of Bell. Oh, my word. Another couple.
Oh, and another bicycle kick there. Kick to the back of the head. Evers means business.
I don't think Bell knows where she is.
A running senton there.
And the crowd finally getting behind Evers in this one as she looks to put away Marty Bell.
Pop-up spine buster there. Goes for the cover. 1, 2... 2 count.
2. And I'm going to say it, but out of, like we said, I was expecting a lot from Mae Young Classic, and I don't know if it's Marty Bell or Rachel Evers or what it is, but even though this match's not finished yet, this has been really, really poor. It's like a training match between the two at the moment.
Bit slow, isn't it?
It's awful. Evers just caught her with a kick, though.
Fisherwoman suplex, delayed.
Well, again, I mean, that move, I didn't... Anyway, we'll talk about it at the end, as now Marty Bell, hangs her up on the top rope, hangs up Rachel Evers, and now Bell's going to look to put away Evers. Like a face buster there. Jeff Jarrett would be pleased. Go for the cover. 1, 2, Evers kicked out. Marty Bella can't believe it.
And the winner of this match, you go on to face Abby Laith, by the way.
So Abby Laith should have safe passage through then. But Evers...
small package. Ties her up. 2, 3.
There we go. Evers gets the kind of lucky win, I suppose. Gets through to the next round. Dan, what did you think of that?
Yeah, as you mentioned, partway through, it wasn't the greatest of matches. It seems kind of slow, a bit uncoordinated. Yeah, it's probably one of the worst matches of the tournament so far.
I think it is the worst match. I think this is awful. You know, we didn't even get. You don't see that type of match on NXT. You know, it felt like it was just a mess, really, and I don't think the referee kind of helped. I mean, Evers goes through. Like I say, I'd be late for the next round. It's going to be an interesting matchup, but I suppose we are going to get a few duds along the way. You know, and I think Evers Bell is that, as we see Shadia Bezezzo and Casey Canterizzo. Oh, look, we see... Yeah, Dan, go on, you can do it.
We see... Oh, thanks. We see Casey Catanzaro and Shadia Bice, and they've had WWE contracts announced during the Mae Young Classic. While much of the focus of the Mae Young Classic has been on the 32 women taking part, WWE also used the occasion to announce Casey and Shadia to say that they have used the occasion to say that Casey and Shadia have joined the company. WWE showed the two in attendance at the taping for Mae Young Classic that aired on WWE Network on Monday.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about each. Well, tell me more about Casey.
Casey, she's built a following through her participation on American Ninja Warrior. In 2014, she became the first woman to compete a city finals course and advance to the national final stage. She also worked at the WWE Performance Center in January.
Well, Shadia, by the way, also worked out. Meanwhile, trained with WWE with a company held a tryout in Dubai, United Emirates, in April. She posted a photo on Instagram from the event. According, she is a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and should be a natural in front of the WWE cameras, having worked as a television presenter. What did she say, Dan?
I want to be the first WWE female superstar from the Middle East, and that is something that has motivated me a lot in these tryouts. This will also show the women from this region that nothing is impossible, and if you set your mind on achieving something, you can overcome absolutely any obstacle.
Wow, so there you go. As Rachel Evers celebrates, we see those two women who have signed already for WWE. But we're going to get ready for our next match. Oh, wait a minute. We see a promo video of Triple H. I don't think he understands tournaments. I really don't think JR understands tournaments. Yes, there is only ever one winner in a tournament, JR, yes. Unless it's a tag tournament. And even then, it's only one team. So, Rhea Ripley versus Miranda Salinas. So, Rhea is 5'7" from Adelaide in Australia. I'm not going to do the accent. She's at Rhea Ripper. Real Ripper. I'll tell you something, right? I'm not racist, but Real Ripper. That is, she put that name because of that, didn't she? The new WWE signee, Rhea Ripley, might be the youngest wrestler in the Mae Young Classic. She is 20 years old, Dan. But don't expect her to be starstruck by the field. A product of Australia's rapidly development independent scene, the 20-year-old prodigy already has 4 years of ring experience under her belt, including tours of notoriously tough Japanese circuit. A new arrival to the WWE Performance Center, Ripley first established herself as a pillar of Adelaide-based Riot City Wrestling, where she held the Women's Championship twice. Before that, she was a standout soccer player in her youth, making her uniquely prepared for a career of throwing hard kicks. However...
What?
What?
Throwing hard kicks.
Yeah, could you kick the soccer ball?
Yeah, but throwing hard kicks. So she picks up and throws a hard kick.
Yeah. Throwing hard. That's a weird, I suppose, yeah. You can't say kicking hard kicks, can you? However, instead of drilling a ball into the net, she uses her striking prowess to rearrange opponents' faces with missiles, drop kicks, and a move she calls soul food. The other competitors in this summer's classic had better watch out, because Ripley aims to kick off her WWE career with a bang! Tell me more about Miranda Salinas then, Dan.
Well, Miranda is 5'1". She's from Houston, Texas, and her Twitter is @themiranda_s. And Miranda Salinas isn't the biggest competitor in the Mae Young Classic, but heaven help the wrestler who dares dismiss her because of her stature. A petite powder keg, Salinas can explode in the ring without much notice, decimating everything in her immediate vicinity. She grew up idolising Trish Stratus and used her as inspiration to begin training at the age of 18. Competing primarily in Louisiana, Texas, including in Booker T's Reality of Wrestle organisation, Salinas is equipped with fast-moving style that is punctuated with notes of lucha libre craziness. Her bold outlook and persistent attack have earned her regional success, and if all goes according to Salinas' plan, winning the Classic isn't far behind.
So, as we just get started, both women have come out now, and Ross has put over Rhea Ripley as one of the women in this tournament with the most potential. Like I said, she's only 20 years old, so her career is just getting started.
She took on Miranda Salinas, who is a graduate of Booker T's Reality of Wrestling School in Texas. Both of these women are what you would call rookies, so they had a lot to prove.
Yeah, so let's see if they can actually work it out, because I really didn't enjoy the last match. We'll see what happens here. We've talked about how young these ladies are. And I got to tell you, I like the look of Salinas. There's something about her as she goes down. And Rhea Ripley, like, collar and elbow tie-up. Yeah, Rhea Ripley, 5'7", and like I said, 5'1". I do like him small, though, Dan. And look at Rhea Ripley there, slitting her throat as Salinas goes to the outside.
A rabid Wolverine.
Are we going to see any high-flying moves? No, Salinas not impressed. No, I like Salinas. Ripley has got some fans in attendance. I'll tell you, she does look like a bit, Dan. You can tell me if I'm wrong or not when we have a closer look. Noelle Foley.
Yeah.
Yeah? Am I being blonde racist?
Well, there's no L in Foley. There is one, actually.
Yeah, Noelle Foley. Don't you think it looks like her?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll give you that one.
Yeah. And she sends Salinas to the back. So who do you think's going to get the job done in this one, Dan?
I'm going to go for my girl Salinas.
Salinas gets chopped to the chest there. Rhea Ripley now struggling to get to her feet. Salinas trying to take control, but like you said, with the height, the difference in the two, it is going to be difficult for her as Rhea Ripley now comes back with a strong forearm on Salinas. Vicious strike there.
Close on attempt by Salinas, but her opponent doesn't go down.
Salinas down again. Ripley clothesline, and now beautiful drop kick.
And the winner of this will go on to face Dakota Kai or Kavita Devi.
Dean, those two, yeah, and oh my God, an impressive move. And hits her with a dropkick going for the pin on Salinas. Can Rhea get her down? No. Gets the shoulder up at 2.
2.
I'm not going to say there's a better count because there's a male referee in there. And the fans getting into it as well as Ripley trying to pick up Salinas.
Salinas ducks between the legs. Bigger competitor's back of her knee. Drops her down. And a tilt-a-whirl roll-up there by the looks of things. Gives her a small package, but Ripley managing to kick out.
And a huge kick by Ripley to Salinas, and now picks her up. Oh my God, full Nelson slam.
1, 2, 3. And Ripley has won that with relative ease.
I like Salinas there. No, that's a bit of a shame. Rhea Ripley does get the victory. Goes through to the next round. That's a bit disappointed, but still, for two rookies to have a match, what did you think of it, Dan?
It was an improvement on the last match. Yeah, done quite well. There was a lot more, I don't know, it seemed a lot more fun this match. A lot more action going on. A lot more wrestling. But yeah, for two rookies, I think they've done well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Ripley's like against competition, isn't it? Like you said, a bit too easy there. I think the kind of weight, not the weight, but like the height, it was always a disadvantage for Salinas, as Ripley. Salinas, she goes through, and like you say, Rhea Ripley will fight Dakota Kai or Kavita Devi in the next round. But we have one match left on this episode. But one more match, Dan. And it is going to be
Mae Young.
It's going to be Mae Young versus Sarah Logan. So Mae Young took on Sarah Logan in the final match from the second episode. And our last match here on this podcast, of course, we'll be back on Wednesday for the second part of the first round. So tell me more about Mae Young, Dan.
Well, Mae Young, she's 5'7" from Fontana, California, but she's representing South Korea. Her Twitter is @Mae Young. And a self-described rebel, Mae Young has been knocking opponents into oblivion around the world for nearly 8 years. A lifelong wrestling fan, Young followed in the footsteps of her in-ring idols Lita and Chyna, as well as legendary Japanese wrestlers like Akino and Aya Kong, when she decided to pursue sports entertainment. With 8 tours of Japan and dozens of appearances in Shimmer Women's Athletes and Shine Wrestling under her belt, Yim has a wealth of experience. She also boasts a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo and training in Muay Thai, making her as dangerous striker as you will see in the Mae Young Classic. In fact, Yim compares herself to the legendary Street Fighter character Chun-Li. Chun-Li, whose lightning-quick attacks have made her favourites of gamers everywhere. It will be game over for the Classic's 31 other grapplers when all is said and done this summer.
Oh, and we see Natalya and Beth Phoenix at ringside getting ready for the main event of the second episode. We see Sarah Logan come out, and let me tell you more about Sarah Logan. Right, so Logan, as she comes out here, wolfskin on, from Louisville, Kentucky, at 5'6", that's Sarah Logan, WWE. Sarah Logan is proud to be born in the woods and raised in the mud, and upbringing that survivalist instinct of a hunter, seeing her competition as nothing more than prey. Logan never backs down from a fight, and she doesn't think twice about trading headbutts or close fists with anyone foolish enough to try her. Starting in the US independent scene in 2011, Logan quickly carved out a rugged reputation. She polished her skills in Japan, where she trained under former W light heavyweight champion Takuma Chinoku at the Kai-En-Tai Dojo.
Kai-En-Tai.
And by the time headlines heralded her WWE signing in the fall of 2016, she had achieved notoriety in Europe and Mexico too. Not only is Logan adrenalized by a good fight, she's also deceptively powerful, having won multiple Olympic weightlifting events. The potent combination serves to create one of the Mae Young's most dangerous prospects. So we'll see how she fares against Mia Yim in this match.
So just a shout out to Takuma Shinoka. I mean, he has undoubtedly the best exit from a Royal Rumble match I have ever seen in my life.
He does indeed. So, talk about this. Yim has made a name for herself in numerous other promotions, but she's no stranger to a WWE ring, Dan.
No, she worked for a few matches in NXT in addition to serving as one of Adam Rose's Rosebuds on a few occasions. It's hard to imagine two women more different from each other than Yim and Logan. Both pride themselves on toughness, but that is where their similarities end.
Well, this should be a really good match. We've seen the early going Yim trying to stretch out Logan, and she's fighting it, and now these girls in submission. And now these girls caught up in submission, collar and elbow type. Yim managing to throw Logan away. Sarah Logan there with a shoulder barge takes Yim down.
Yim ducking a clothesline attempt and a lovely undragged takedown. Oh, beautiful drop kick there, flying across the ring.
Can Yim get the pin? No, Logan kicks out.
She sounds like a motorbike. Yim, Yim, Yim.
All right, easy. Yim with the kicks. She kicked out, Dan. And Logan again getting caught. And Yim's kick seems to have more effect than Abby Leif's did in one of the episodes. When was that? Well, last episode. Oh, and Logan there trying to get it down, but no. And Logan now, we've seen this a couple of times, the competitors. I think the frustration of trying to get the job done early as well. Going on top with the punches raining down on Yim. So we are halfway through the first round now after this match.
Oh, and Logan tying up Yim there. Very innovative. She's got her arm locked up around her throat and she's just pulling back on her. But Yim rolling up with the cover, only getting a 2 count.
2, trying to leverage Logan's weight, and as soon as she gets some separation,
Logan plants her with a drop kick.
Yeah, straight back in there again, covering her, but shoulder up at 1. Oh, Yim now dodging Logan, now getting a combination in on herself. Well, that was a lovely kick to the back of Logan's head.
Goes for the cover, but only gets a 2 count.
2. Well, Yim is trained. You can see how good these kicks look.
Well, she's a black belt in Taekwondo, James.
She is, and the kicks bouncing off Sarah Logan. And Logan screaming, saying she likes it. She gets kicked into the corner. Well, can't forget, she was raised in the woods, Dan, and born in the mud. So, she likes it down and dirty. She will get involved in this match with Yim. She dodging out the way of Yim's assault. And oh no.
Someone's been learning from, what's his old green
Tajiri.
mist? Tajiri. There, she's getting a tarantula, tying her up.
Oh my God, that will hurt Logan's lower back. Yim's up at the second rope.
Oh, a lovely drop kick.
Going for the
1, 2.
No.
Oh, do you reckon Sarah's learnt the Michinoku driver?
That's weird. It went a bit weird then. Oh my God, and Yim managing now to turn it into
Sarah Logan is in all sorts of trouble there.
And we've seen a lot of submissions here already. And is she going to tap out? Still trying to fight it.
Oh, manages to power out of it though. And both women sitting astride each other, trading blows.
And this has been a slugfest between these two women.
JR, would you say it's been a slobber knocker?
I would say it's been a slobber knocker. And look at this, Yim smirking now.
No, both women are just grinning. They've not got a cigarette in their mouth.
Look at this, trading slaps. This is what we wanted to see. Oh my God.
Big kicks there. And women, they've gone from trading women. And both women have gone from trading slaps to trading kicks. And the fans absolutely loving what they see. Both roar as they run towards each other. Logan getting the better of the exchange, though, hitting Yim with a couple of back elbows and some big right hands.
Absolutely brilliant offense there by Logan, and a hip toss, and she can't.
Oh, running knee to the face of Yim, too.
Oh.
But Yim there managing to kick out.
Yeah, Logan can't believe it, and I can't either. Yim showing more heart and determination than I thought she had. Can Logan look to put away Mae Yim now, setting her up Irish whip?
Oh, but Yim ducks it. A nice suplex there. Tries going for the cover, but Logan helps her out a bit by pushing herself into the pinning combination, but manages to kick out.
I mean, yeah, she had the pin earlier. Maybe it worked out, and Yim making sure she's all right, and now is going to try and put Logan away. Deadlift. Look at the strength of Yim.
Belly to back, goes for the cover properly this time, but again Logan managing to kick out.
Well, Yim now can't believe it, and Logan showing the heart and determination of a true warrior. And this has been a great match so far. Mae Yim looking to put away Logan. Is this going to be the end now? Calling for the big maybe knockout kick? No.
A big kick to the chest, rocking Logan, one to the back, knocking her back onto the all fours.
And now up, down, picking him up by the neck. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Logan with the roll up, 2. But Yim managing to get a shoulder up at 2.
2, and responds with a huge slap to Logan's face.
But that just fires up Logan.
Oh, huge back suplex, and now Logan.
But Yim managing to stay in this match.
Yeah, how Yim? Yim back to her feet. Logan.
Is that the French version of Jim? Yim.
Yeah, double knees, sending Yim back to the turnbuckle. Picks her up.
Lovely suplex. Bridges out, goes for the cover. And Yim managing to kick out of that one.
And then honestly, fans getting into it, and Logan is Logan more focused now than ever to put Yim down. No, going for the cartwheel again. Yim moves out the way. Knockout spin kick by Yim.
That was very innovative there.
Eat defeat by Yim.
2, 3. And Mae Yim picks up a very impressive victory in what I would say is probably one of the matches of the tournament so far.
Well, unbelievable stuff. Yeah, the styles meshed perfectly between the two.
Definitely.
It was a real, like I say, slugfest, slobber knocker. The strikes responded well. A great spectacle to show the kind of the toughness and like aggression that that these women can do. Go on.
Do you know the best thing about this?
What?
Goes on to face Baszler.
Who does?
The winner of this.
Oh my God! So Mae Yim is facing Baszler in the next round. That's going to be a huge second round. And Logan, I thought she had it numerous times, but what a great match. So as we come to an end on this episode, Dan, what did you think of the second episode?
It was a bit of a slower start. Couple of letdown matches, but this main event match certainly pulled it out of the bag. And so far for me has produced match of the tournament.
Yeah, it really has. Like, I mean, we'll talk back now. So we'll go back to episode 1 and we'll just talk about the match ratings. So we'll do this. Yeah, we'll do it quickly. Fuck it. So we've seen 8 matches now. So the best one, episode 1. So we go through the 4 matches on there. What were the 4 matches in episode 1, Dan?
Because you don't know.
No, I got written down here. I got Sugar.
Princess Sugar. She beat Kaylee Ray.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 for me.
4 out of 5 for you. Yeah. Any notes?
No.
I thought it was a good finish. Next up was Bourne versus Deeb. I gave that 2 out of 5. The referee didn't help on that one. What did you give that one?
I gave that a 2.5, and again the referee was a bit slow on her count.
Yeah. Baszler versus Zedda. I gave it 3 out of 5 to UFC style. Thought that was quite a good match on the first episode.
Yeah, I gave that a 3 out of 5 as well. Gabert against Abby Leaf. And I thought that was quite a brutal contest, and I gave that 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I gave that 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was the best on the first show, wasn't it, matchup-wise?
Well, no, for me personally, it was Shigay versus Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, you're being biased there, like, because that's actually your pick anyway, isn't it?
But I thought the two women worked well together.
No, fair enough. And then on episode 2, we started off with Martinez versus my pick, Zia Lee. Got knocked out. I said 3 out of 5 there. I said Martinez and Basler would make a good team together, and I think Zia Lee looked quite good, a lot of potential.
3 out of 5 for me on that one.
Yeah. After that, Evers versus Marty Bell.
I gave that a 2 out of 5.
I gave that a 1 out of 5. That was the worst match that we saw here tonight. After that, Ripley versus Salinas. What did you give it?
I gave that a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it 3 out of 5. Wait, I like Salinas, and I want to see Ripley with a bit of competition. And then the main event, Mae Young versus Logan.
4.5 out of 5. It was a brilliant match. Very entertaining. Both women worked really well together.
Yeah, I go 4 out of 5. I think it is the best match of the show as well. So that is the 8 women who got through in this one. So we definitely know about 3 match. No, actually, we know. No, we don't, because that's on different sides. We definitely know 3 matchups confirmed to the second round already, Dan, as well, don't we?
Yeah, we've got Abby Laith going against Rachel Evers. We've got Sergey going against Martinez. And we've got Mae Young going against your UFC gal, Shania Baszler.
Yeah, and with Ripley and Deeb through on the other side of the tournament, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 2 episodes. But it's not been too bad, has it, Dan, the Mae Young Classic?
No, it's there's been a couple of 3 letdowns. I don't think it's quite off to the shining start that both 12-5 and the British tournament have. I'm not being disrespectful, but I'm not going to expect too much more from the rest of the tournament, not because they're women.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want it to see if they can surpass our expectations. From the last match, I'm getting more excited now and I expect the competition to really heat up, and we've got a lot to happen. I mean, this is the end of episode. This is WNR120, the end of part 1 now, and we'll be back Wednesday the 6th for part 2, the end of the first round of the WNR podcast, and then we'll tell you when we are again. But we are always there for the Mae Young Classic. Dan, final thoughts on the first half of the first round? Anything else?
I'm a bit disappointed I didn't see any bra and panties matches, but there's still the second half of the tournament to go.
Yeah, and like you say, we have got a lot to happen in the second episode. Stuff like, where are we? What other matches we got in here? We're going to see Piper Niven. We're going to see Bianca Belair. See the other 2 picks of ours as well, aren't we, Dan? We're going to see
Tessa Blanchard.
Yes, that's my pick.
And Candice LeRae, which is my pick.
So we already had 1 pick through, 1 pick out. Let's see what happens in the second part. But that is all for today. Let us know what you think of the Mae Young Classic, how you respond to it, how you're watching it. Are you binge watching the 4 episodes, or are you cutting it up like we're doing as well? Who's your favourites and who do you think is going to win? I mean, non-spoilers, of course. We don't know anything going into this tournament, but it's been thoroughly enjoyed. What you think about it? Follow us on Twitter at WWE Network Review or
at Vince McDan WWE.
I'm at J_Rollins. We've also got a friend on Twitter.
We have, yes. We've got Mini Chris Benoit. He's just trying to make the world a better place, and he is at Mini Chris Benoit.
And I think Facebook as well, Dan, yeah?
Facebook, yes. You can come and find our page and give us a like with the WWE Network Review, or you can come and find me and add me as a friend. I am Vince McDan.
Across all the Google platforms, WWE Network Review on Google+. Send us an email to WNRpodcast@gmail.com, and YouTube as well. We send new clips up there and the episodes, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, WWE Network Review Podcast, and the podcast go at the same time there. They do other places like SoundCloud.
On your phone.
Also on Spreaker Radio, where we've got live shows, Stitcher Radio, and iTunes, where you can download, subscribe, rate, and review there. Till Wednesday, when we bring you part 2 of the first round of Mae Young Classic. I have been James Rollins, and as always joined by
Dan White.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and bye.
Bye.